should be pushed off the app. You know, I am reasonable. And people saying, oh, it's all about me, me, me. What are you talking about? I feel the same way as Miss Red is feeling. She's saying about that people don't defend her. I don't feel people ever defend me. It's like all the screen recordings, it's always negative. You know, I have done good things. Do you know what I mean? I don't like wanting the praise, but however, it's never on the FYP, never spoken about. Do you know what I mean? So I feel that exact same way. You know, a few things that people have said about me, and it's not been mentioned at all, you know, only on my platform. But the thing is, I do mention you, other people. You know, that's my FYP. I do mention other people. This is not okay. I've got a video of what EQ said about Corey. I'm going to play that today. And I don't like Corey. You know, I am playing what she is saying to other people, but people aren't playing what she's saying about me. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, so moving forward, right, we'll make a pact now. And the thing is, right, Angie, you are, and I just want to say this, right, and please don't think I'm digging at you in any way. You are very notorious for making FYP, right? And
absolutely.
Yes, you are, and you know that. But you get the when I play your videos and I speak about you know, you go on a rant, you do exposures on me, but you make FYP and I have to speak about it, you know. Yes. And if I made FYP like you did, you would play them videos too.
I understand that, Miss Red, you know, but I think it's, you know, kind of when you put loads of people in the boxes now, I just feel like everyone's kind of going in on me. And there are things that I do actually that are quite good on this app. You know, I do nice things, but it never gets played. Or when people say things about me, that's not okay, you know, doesn't get played. That I think
I do play nice things about you, Angie, though. I really do, but you just focus on the negative stuff that I play.
People saying, why is it about me, me, me? Well, Miss Red's talking about me, so you know what I mean. But what I'm saying is also not just the nice things, but you know, when people say things to me, I don't feel I'm like really being defended on this app. That's just exactly how I feel, you know.
Right. Okay, so moving forwards, Alicia. Oh my God! Yes. Ooh. Alicia, thank you. The blood's rushed to my head. Guys, please MVP Alicia immediately. Thank you.
I think Top Girl said she mentioned it yesterday, sorry, and if she didn't, then I appreciate that. But you've got to remember, I don't watch everyone's lives, do you know what I mean?
So, okay, thank you, Alicia. I love you. Thank you, darling. So it's like, okay, so just let me say this as well, right? So moving forward, right? And I just want to say this in front of nearly 5,000 people. I do not hate you. I do not want you off TikTok, right? I spend a lot of time watching you, all right? I don't want you off TikTok, okay? And I just want to say this to you now. I don't hate you. My intention is not to incite hate on you. All I want to do is do FYP. I'm like you, right? I open my boxes. People have things to say. So moving forwards, right?
I just quickly to say, Miss Red, you know what? I feel like, you know, people are playing a game. It's like, I just feel like people think I'm maybe a threat. I don't know, where it's like, if I say something bad, it's always played. Like the same with Luke, where he won't play what people say about me. I noticed that the other day, like there was a couple of videos he played and someone had said something not really nice about me, but he stopped the video, but he'll play. Do you know what I mean? It's like I'm being played for the horrible things that I've said, that I'm saying, but not other people, what they're saying to me. It's like, well, it's only Angie. Do you know what I mean? That's how I feel.
Yeah, Luke defends you a hell of a lot, Angie. Yeah. And I think everyone's witness to Luke being very fair, you know. We've had people, you know, not happy with us because, you know, we have you in boxes and things like that. I think Luke has been very fair with you. And I just want to say something else, right? We can't sit here and play every single video that's on the FYP. We have to mix it up a bit because it can't be the Angie show, all right? But moving forwards, I will, if anything is said, I'll react to it, right? But equally, I want people to do the same, and I'll be fair. And I just want to say this one thing. Just because I'm friends with Corey, friends with Alicia, right, it doesn't mean that I have any hate towards you in any way. You know, your friends.
I just don't feel Corey was called out for the things that, you know, the things that he said.
Corey got spoke about, Ange, but equally, you know, you got to understand he went.
Yeah, I know you're saying that he got spoke about, but he really never, because it deflected back to me about, well, I said this about, you know, what I said to Dave, and I said this, and then it became, you know, me as this target, you know, and it wasn't. Did you get what I'm saying? It ended up about me again. I shouldn't. I just feel that shouldn't have done that. Should have been about what that one person has said, because I got dragged for what I asked Dave. You know, that had already been done, but that was mentioned again.
I just feel that with you and Corey, do I agree that some of the things that are said are terrible? Yes, I do. And I called it out. I said it was, you know, it was bad. But, you know, you're not innocent. You know, you can equally be as bad.
I'm not saying I'm innocent and misread, but the thing is, the reason I said karma is because of the great comments. That's the only reason I said karma. People should have looked at that and thought, oh, okay, yes, that's a reaction to what he had said. You know, and people react, you know, and that's what it is. But people focused on what I had said and not what he had said. And I just feel like, you know, like, okay, I said what I said to Dave. I got dragged for what I said about Dave, right? That was done. It's done. Yeah, that was weeks ago. But then when Corey had said it, it should have been focused on Corey and Corey only. Do you know what I mean? You know. But anyway, I don't want to go on about it.
Let me just say something, right, Angie, because we're having a decent conversation here. When you, so Corey said what he said, right? When you went back at him with that, right? His nan was obviously, you know, she sadly passed away, right? You lose the argument when you're doing that, so you can no longer be, you know, you can no longer have the sympathy, but because
it wasn't spoken about anyway. That's why I was frustrated. No one spoke.
I did speak about it. I did speak about it. I spoke about what Corey had said. I did speak about it. He even joined the box. Corey joined the box. But when you're going back at him with what you're saying, you kind of lose the argument. You're not the victim in the situation. Or
say that about yourself when you react to EQ and say things that you say about EQ. It's a reaction, and people would see that you're.
I don't go low on EQ though, Angie. I don't drag a personal life, or I don't talk about family members. I don't say I'm going to put a dad all over Facebook site saying he's a pedo. I don't sexualise a 5-year-old granddaughter. I do not do that to Evil Queen, you know.
The thing is, Miss Red, it wouldn't have been spoken about, and you know, we both know it, you know, even if I hadn't said karma, you know. And let's not forget, what also wasn't mentioned is when, you know, when he played that EQ message, that wasn't mentioned either. Do you know what I mean? I mentioned it, no one else mentioned it, you know. So I do feel, you know, it is very selective.
I feel it might be. If you go to my page, I posted proof that I do actually have an active police case, right? Yes, it is going to take time, but it's there. So when it comes to that one, I genuinely cannot pick up my iPad and do reactions, because then it gives her the ammunition to say to the police, look, this is what's happening here. So at the minute, I'm kind of like, I'm gagged with certain things.
I can just say to Andrea, who's in your comments, because I've got a screenshot, if you don't mind me quickly saying that I let a rapist go free. Yeah, there's many women that don't report it to the police, Andrea. So maybe you should think before you speak, love. Okay, just because I've got a screenshot of you saying that. Yeah, stop stalking me, you weirdo. Okay, I'm going to go because it's going to go south. I'm just going to have I just feel that I haven't lost the arguments because I said karma. It wasn't towards his nan, it was towards the way he was feeling, because it was a huge reaction for someone saying that I want to be great. You know what I mean? That's not okay. And at the end of the day, I think what Corey had said was a lot worse than what I had said in regards to, you know, his nan, and especially when he did laugh about Leanne, who also has terminal cancer. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, it also what he went through, probably also you could say the same. He's no longer a victim. You know what I mean? But I don't want it to go south, Miss Red, because we're having a nice conversation. I just feel it might.
Right, so moving forward, if I obviously I am going to play your videos, your F1P videos. If I feel you're in the right, I will say Angie is right here. If I feel you're in the wrong, I will say equally. If I make F1P, you do the same, right? I'm not going to be biased. It doesn't matter who I'm friends with. I'm not going to be biased moving forward. All I'm saying is just match my energy, and everybody else out there match the energy that I'm giving. Because
I always have, Miss Red. I always have, but I just feel you've always been selective, and like, you know, like I said, with the thing is, what I said about karma, right? You should have, regardless, you know, there was a huge reaction to that, but not once did you go live and say this is not okay about the great. You know,
I've got to disagree. You haven't matched the energy, because when the evil one did dox me, right, she was allowed to jump in your box and repeat my address, and you know, you sat there laughing about it. When
I didn't laugh, Miss Red, because you know, you also, all your viewers are saying that with Corey it was an awkward laugh. Well, ditto to that.
Well, she was still allowed in your box to further on, you know, dox my address, right?
Well, I didn't know she was going to dox you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but after she did it the first time, you should have knew what she was going to come at. Anyway, it doesn't matter. And it's also like when my DV was mocked, you know, you never had very nice things to say about that. Do you know what I mean?
Because I don't think you've ever defended me. It's always bad. It's always.
How defended you, Angie? Guys, we've got nearly 5,000 people. Be honest. Have I defended Delusive Angie?
But, you know, you should have called out. You should have called out the grape.
But if you're not defending, why am I going to do it back? Match my energy.
But I have, but maybe you're not getting the videos. I have spoken and said, well, listen, I have been misread, but however, blah, blah, blah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, because obviously it's a, you know, it is a biased platform because it's obviously these are your viewers. Obviously they're going to agree. You know what I mean? So I'm going to leave.
Really? We're not here the whole time.
Right.
Yeah, I think we're just going around in circles.
Right. Yeah, so moving forward.
Go and get a life, man. Seriously, you bore off. All right, then I'm going to jump out.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, I've just dubbed that out. So moving forward, if people match my energy, I'll match theirs. All right? If people ain't going to defend us, I ain't going to defend you. And that's the way it is. I'm not going to be the only person to sit here, play every single video and have the weight of TikTok on my shoulders and take digs left, right and centre if people ain't doing it for me. Hello, darling. Oh, I love that. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. What? So this is, oh look, Tilly's done a picture. It's Tilly and her doggy. Yes, Tilly and her doggy. So yeah, it works both ways, basically. Filter slip. Yeah, so that's all I've got to say moving forward, really. And if I'm associated with people, it's not on me what these people say. I will talk about it. You know, Corey has actually said to me many times, I don't want you to defend me. I want you. He gets mad. He's like, I want you to call me out. Call me out. He doesn't want me to be biased. It actually pees him off, you know. Yeah, you can have them. So I just want to say that none of my friends have asked me to do them any favours. We want to be called out. We want to be called out around these ways.